Hey, I'm back with another If You Were Born on This Day. Now, I know if you're looking at the date, you're thinking, well, it's not the 9th, that was yesterday. Today is the 10th. But I received a special request from one of my friends, also a client of mine. And so I said, yeah, let me do this for her. So I was going to do it last night, but I fell asleep. And because I was like real tired, and the night before I only got like a couple of hours sleep because I went live. So some of you guys, I'm sure y'all already seen the live show and all that stuff. So it was pretty lit. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. And for those who were born on November 9th, happy birthday, happy solar return. And for those born today, November 10th, happy birthday to you. So unfortunately, I haven't made a video for those born on November 10th, but I can tell you a little bit about your birth number right now. Now, because you're a 10 and a Scorpio, you are basically blessed in that you could basically say that's the come up. So you have the come up date in terms of your birth number and you being a Scorpio. So you should be taking advantage of the opportunities that are around you. And there will be some opportunities in your life for you to come up, in your career, or you might even come up through a relationship, especially a marriage. So happy birthday again to you. Happy solar return. One more thing I have to say for tens is you do have to be careful about your associations because your associations are very important in this lifetime and they can either bring you up or bring you down. They can either help to make you or break you. So now on to November 9th. I'm going to share my screen and pull up that website that I like to go on where it shows the events that took place on that day, November 9th, and also some of the birthdays of famous people. So for the 9th, you're going to see a lot of major events dealing with like conflicts, military conflicts, but you're also going to see a lot of like athletic events, especially like breaking records, stuff like that. You might even see like sex scandals on November 9th. So straight out the gate, as you can see, 1799, Napoleon Bonaparte pulls off a coup and becomes the dictator of France under the title First Consul. Here we go again. 1980, Iraqi President Saddam Hussein declares holy war against Iran. Oh, this is highlights. This is actually good, so I'm not going to go through the whole list. I should just put it on highlights all the time. 1994, chemical element Darmstadium discovered at GSI Helmholtz Center for Heavy Ion Research near Darmstadt, Germany, I guess. Now, that very much could be November 9th because Scorpio deals with that which lies beneath the surface. So they could have found this element, deep under the surface of some, soil or whatever like that. Or maybe cutting into some rocks or something that are millions of years old. Who knows? But Scorpio deals with, looking under the surface at the microscopic level, things like that. And the fact that it's 9 deals with discoveries. 1998, brokerage houses are ordered to pay $1.03 billion to NASDAQ investors to compensate for price fixing, largest civil settlement in U.S. history. That makes a lot of sense because the 9th deals with firsts, things that are like firsts. And also Scorpio deals with finances. And Scorpio also deals with corruption. So that price fixing in terms of corruption. Scorpio also deals with financial settlement. November 9th in film and TV, 1984, Wes Craven's horror A Nightmare on Elm Street premieres in the U.S. And that makes a lot of sense. Scorpio deals with horror, but the 9 points to where this was an original type of film where it had sequels, of course, like a lot of horror films, but it was original in that the storyline was very original. Freddy Krueger, and where Freddy Krueger became this iconic horror film image. So that's very November 9th. November 9th in music, 1858, first performance of New York Symphony Orchestra. Again, I said 9 deals with first. 1985, Garry Kasparov becomes the youngest ever world chess champion with a 13-11 win over fellow Russian Anatoly Karpov. So again, first. So he was the youngest ever. Then it says, did you know Jack Ripper's fifth and probably last victim, Mary Jane Kelly, found on her bed on November 9th, 1888? Here are some of the famous birthdays. Benjamin Banneker, Gail Borden, Hedy Lamarr. And Benjamin Banneker, wasn't he like the first surveyor of, like he was the surveyor of Washington, D.C. or something like that? Gail Borden, I don't know who that is. Spiro Agnew, that name rings a bell, but I'm not sure what he's connected to, but I definitely heard that name before. And Mary Travers, but I can't recall. Tom Fogerty, that's that musician. I forget the music that he it's like that 70s folk rock, I guess. Let me click on more famous birthdays before I get into this slideshow or PowerPoint. Okay, we don't need to go that far back into the past now. Let me try to scroll down. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention. As you can see, I hadn't been doing any of the if you were born on this day lately because, and I really shouldn't have well, I'll say I have been busy, but I was wondering if I should just, not do them anymore because I wasn't receiving that much of a response from them or interest. But then when I got the request today, or this was yesterday, I got the request. And then also I have gotten some people where they've contacted me and they've left comments saying, oh, it's my birthday. Thank you so much. This made my day. So maybe I should continue to do these, but maybe it'll only be like one a month or 2 at the most. Because I am very busy. And if I see that something's not getting much of a response, I may not be really motivated to continue doing it. Because at the end of the day, it's all work. But I love what I do. That's the beauty of it. Oh, here you go. So Spiro Agnew, American politician, president 1969 until resignation over corruption allegations in 1975. 1973. I knew I had heard of him. So he was the vice president of the United States. Scrolling through these old heads because I'm like, I don't got time for that. Oh, here go one. Carl Sagan. And I never really liked Carl Sagan because he trashed astrology. And so I was like, you know what? One time I remember I had got a book of his from the library, and I remember in the book he was just trashing astrology. This was back years ago that I read this book, and I was like, oh hell no, he's not one for me. So he was born November 9th, 1934, American astronomer, author, professor. Makes a lot of sense because he dices things up. He dissects things in terms of like thought and theory, physics, astronomy, all that. Here go that. Oh, that's right. He was the Creedence Clearwater Revival. I love that group. The Proud Mary and what's the other one? Down on the corner, out in the street. And then what's that other one they did? Who'll Stop the Rain? And then there was another one. I forget. But yeah, that was the group. Lou Ferrigno, that big bodybuilder that played the Incredible Hulk. Oh, he used to scare me when I was a child, but I was still attracted to those muscles at the same time. So I was kind of conflicted. It's my Mars and Gemini. Now, he was born November 9th, 1951. American bodybuilder, actor, born in Brooklyn, New York. He definitely had that thick Brooklyn accent. He kind of came across as like a dumb oaf. I'm moving past the 60s. Pepper. Pepper from Salt and Pepper. November 9th, 1969. Jamaican American hip hop artist and actress born in Kingston, Jamaica. Birthday disputed though. Moving along. Anybody got an actual birth date? Can verify the birth date of Pepper? Let me know. 1970. Scarface, American rapper born in Houston, Texas. Scarface was one of the rappers of the Ghetto Boys. You know, my mind's playing tricks on me. Do 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 do. I recently posted that in my Real Talk Astrology group, the video, because I was like, this is a Scorpio song for real. And it really is. Day by day it's more impossible to cope. I feel like I'm the one that's doing dope. Can't keep a steady head because I'm nervous. Every Sunday morning I'm a service. Praying for forgiveness. All right, moving on. Ooh, and Scorpios will go to church for that reason. Because they be facing heavy temptation. All right, who else we got here? Vanessa Manillo. I never liked her. Filipino-born American TV personality, Entertainment Tonight, born in Angeles City, Pampanga, Philippines. Wasn't she with that Nick Leahy? I didn't like either of them. They were like such an annoying couple to me. Know who else was a hell of an annoying couple back in the day? Oh, what's her name? Oh God, what's her name? Britney Spears' sister, her little sister. And that dude, Pete, I couldn't stand that dude with the dark hair and it would be all like in his eyes. Y'all have to let me know in the comment section what his name was. But it was Britney Spears' little sister. I even forget her name because she's kind of irrelevant. And Pete something. Pete Wentz. That's his name. And was it Ashley? Is that her name? But yeah, that was a hell of an annoying couple too. I should do a on a live. We should talk about annoying couple. Okay, so let me go to my little PowerPoint presentation that I always create for these. Okay. Excuse me, I'm a little delayed today. I don't know what's going on. Now, well, I have been up since what? 3 in the morning. Now, if you were born on this day or yesterday, November 9th, happy birthday, happy solar return. I hope you have, or I hope you had a wonderful day yesterday, and I hope you have an even better year. So let's get started. So 9 is Mars energy. So being born on the 9th as a Scorpio, you are either a Scorpio of indomitable power, or you are a Scorpio who's often overpowered by others. It's rarely anything in between. Power upon power is what the 9th of November represents. You possess inner and outer strength. You may also possess athletic ability. Physical activity is a must in order to channel this dynamic energy constructively. What is not used constructively will become destructive. You may be a runner. Running is good for Scorpio in general, but especially 9s. These are your marathon runners. You often need to blow off some steam, and running is a great way to do it. Weightlifting, resistance training is good as well. There is a need to maintain your independence despite the bonds that you form with others. You are called to be an originator and a game changer. Your ability to wield influence over others can be used for good or evil. Birthing things into existence is what the number 9 is all about. It is a very potent number of the highest vibration. Self-actualization is your mission. when you be all you can be, you will be a great role model. So you know that saying back in the day, some of you young viewers may not remember this saying, but back in the day, before it was an army of one, they used to have this motto with the U.S. Army: "Be all you can be," and that's very much nine energy. Being all you can be, so that you could be a model for others to follow. Now, sex will be a very prominent theme in your life, whether in a positive or a negative way. Conflict is another major theme. Conflicts could be frequent, prolonged, and perhaps even physical, since you are not one to back down from a challenge. You could be very defensive. Abuse could be a reoccurring theme in your life. So this really isn't an easy number, dealing with Scorpio energy, but it's also a powerful number. Like if you know how to channel this energy in a constructive manner and productive fashion, you can do so many great things. You will be one of the greatest. Now, there will be a need to reinvent yourself at various points in your life. Stagnation and complacency are your enemies. For Scorpio women born on the ninth, it will be easy to obtain money from men, but they can also attract some of the, now it says DRS doesn't mean doctors. That stands for dirty, rotten scoundrel. Now, for the males, they may receive hate from other men for no apparent reason, especially if they're the type of dude that takes care of himself, works out, might run a few miles, every day, goes to the gym, got that nice fit body and stuff. You nines, you might attract some hate from your male counterpart. Now, here is your significator tarot card. You got the Eight of Wands, which is a very good card to have. But as you can see, things can get out of hand and get out of hand quickly. Now, the Eight of Wands, it's about quick results, resolutions, and releases. Basically, it produces, with the Eight of Wands, it can represent a very dynamic and active lifestyle, one of high energy, and it can mean that you're high strung. Athleticism is a big theme. Sorry, I misspelled that. The Eight of Wands is a card of results and matters that are quickly brought to conclusion. It is also a card that could represent a string of sexual trysts or a need for a lot of sex in general. The fallout. Shit hitting the fan. Intensity. Being a shit starter. Getting whipped up into a frenzy. Arrows of love or war. So these are key phrases, key words for Eight of Wands in relation to Scorpio in particular. Falling in and out of love quickly. Whirlwind romance. Promiscuity. Dangerous liaison. Fools rush in. Also, you may not be easy to pin down, or it can also be you attract people who are not easy to pin down. And it could take a long while to fully settle down with one person. Infidelity could be a big problem in your marriage, whether it's coming from you or if you're projecting this energy onto your spouse. Much travel due to a need to seek new horizons and for new perspectives, exploring different avenues and modes of living. And the Eight of Wands can represent many desires, many adventures, and an insatiable appetite for that which stimulates the mind and the body. Going to the outer limits. However, things can quickly get out of hand with the Eight of Wands. You can become overwhelmed at times due to going after too much at one time. Thrill seeker to a max. Now that dude that was in the movie Hellraiser, in my opinion, the one that got caught up and he was playing with the box. If you haven't seen that movie, watch the movie Hellraiser, the first one. So he was messing around with that magical box and he got more than what he bargained for. So that, to me, he was representing a Scorpio born on the 9th, or he could have been born on the 18th, especially the 18th or the 27th. So happy birthday again, and happy solar return. Best wishes to you. And if you would like to order a solar return report or any other reading, just visit my website at rabina.com. So peace and many blessings. And I will be back with more videos.